right now we are investigating Deundray's death as an unclassified death investigation. What that means in our terms is that our officers do not have the capabilities of determining if this is going to be a criminal case or a non-criminal case.
This is the story of Deundray Cottrell, age 31, an Atlanta native who mysteriously died on the 4th of July 2024 while visiting his sister in Alabama with his lover Julian Morris. Deundray was doing great that day, but for some unknown reasons, he suddenly ran out of his sister's house, then ended up found dead hours later. What made this case interesting is that Julian, his lover, went into hiding but pointed fingers to one of their Trouple relationship members, saying he knows what happened to Deundray. This seems like a case of three men falling in love with each other and then hurting each other when one of them pulled out of the relationship. Hello and welcome to Twisted Crimes. Subscribe and hit the like button for more stories. This story will be taking us to the almighty city of Atlanta. The Atlanta Pride Committee is Georgia's oldest nonprofit agency serving the LGBTQ community. Decatur has the highest percentage of same-sex couples in Georgia. Decatur is considered the most politically progressive area of Georgia. Atlanta has long held the nickname of the gay epicenter of the South, due to so many members of the LGBTQ+ community from small towns in neighboring states moving to Atlanta to find their place among their kindred spirits. Deundray Cottrell, age 31, was an Atlanta doctorate student who had everything going for him.
We not done. Work it, J. Crumb. We not done. Work it, J. Crumb. We not done. Work it, J. Crumb.
He was close to his family members, especially his mother. He was also a model/dancer. He had a good body and was never shy to show his body. Deundray was close to someone named Derek Garnell. They had been together from way back in the days. It is said that they started dating each other at a point in time. They were so close, they could not do without one another. They were always seen together. They dated for a while and things were smooth for them. Everyone who knew them said they were very happy together. Sometimes later, a young man named Julian Morris came into their lives. The trio connected really great and they became a force. Deundray, Derek, Julian formed a group named Official Ski Boys. They were dancers and they moved and turned heads with their videos everywhere they go. Here are some of the videos.
I sit on the corner and check my shit. Now I'm finna give y'all another hit.
Part 2. Shaka Khan edition. Yo, we are out here at the first Shaka Khan of the summer. The vibes are lit. As you can see, the people are out. We out. It's hot side. Hope I don't burn. Girl in the house. Hey!
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign.
Easy now, no need figure down. Easy now, no need figure down. Rock that, run that, this how we from.
Looking at them from outside, things were fine, but not everything was fine sometimes. According to some people who knew them, they said Deundray and Derek decided to let Julian become involved with them romantically, so they ended up having a throuple relationship. The couple seemed happy and things were sweet and nice for them. The trio got gigs together and also did shows at weddings etc. together.
Pretty as hell, all natural, done it on purpose. Bucket, a good night. Whoa.
After their throuple experience, Julian and Deundray decided to be exclusive. They didn't want the three-man relationship anymore. So for a year or two it was just Deundray and Julian in the relationship. Everything was fine for them, even though Derek was now just a member of the dance group and not in a relationship with them. On July 4, 2023, Deundray and Julian as a couple decided to visit Deundray's sister in Alabama to celebrate the 4th of July. Few hours after they arrived, they were outdoor popping fireworks, but he told his sister he wanted to check on his dog who had been really scared of the sounds. Unfortunately, that would be the last time his sister would see him alive. Julian would later say he saw Deundray running out the back door and jumping over the fence, but he would not say what was chasing him. Deundray's sister reported the case to the police and they listed him as missing. Deundray's sister stated that while they were searching for Deundray, Julian sat back home eating. Also, she said Julian was acting suspicious all evening. A day after Deundray went missing, Derek posted this on his social media. It reads, "I have been in Birmingham for 2 days looking for Dre and Julian. With the help of his mom, I have talked to Julian, but his location is still unknown. Dre hasn't been heard from since that night of the 4th. We are now waiting for K9 services to assist with the searching." Julian would also reply to what he posted on social media by saying Derek knows where I'm at. He is able to get in contact with me. I think he has something to do with Deundray's missing. Not too long after he was reported missing, the police would find the body of Deundray Cottrell in the shed of an abandoned Birmingham home. Things went south when police wanted to interview Julian, but he was nowhere to be found. He had gone into hiding. The police declared him a person of interest soon after.
My children started to pop fireworks, and because my brother had his dog with him, he's like, "Hey sis, gonna run in the house right quick and go and check on the dog."
She says Julian was the one who alerted her that her brother disappeared, saying he jumped off her patio balcony.
He told us that when he jumped, he bounced, he got up, jumped the fence, and then he took off running.
She says Morris was the last person to see Cottrell alive, and his initial reaction and behavior was bizarre.
While we looked, Julian didn't. At one point, while everybody was searching, we came back in the house and Julian had fixed a plate and was sitting there eating, and he looked at me and was like, "Oh my gosh, the food is so good."
Fearing Morris knew more than he was letting on, she told him to leave and find somewhere else to stay.
Julian knows everything. He kept making sure to remind me throughout his rants that he was a Marine.
The Birmingham Police Department would like to provide an update in the Deundray Cottrell missing persons investigation. On July 4th, the Birmingham Police Department launched a missing persons investigation on 31-year-old Deundray Cottrell, who was last seen leaving a residence on foot in the 7900 block of 4th Avenue South. The following day, while East Precinct officers were searching the general area, they located clothing items believed to belong to Deundray. A community member informed our officers that they had surveillance footage of Deundray walking in the area. With the clothing items and surveillance footage, East Precinct supervisors and officers narrowed down their search on Saturday, July 6th. And just before 3 p.m., they discovered Deundray Cottrell's body in the 7800 block of 5th Avenue South. The Jefferson County Coroner's Office responded to the scene and took care and custody of Deundray Cottrell. The Jefferson County Medical Examiner's Office will perform an autopsy on Deundray to determine the manner and cause of death. The Birmingham Police Department needs your help. The last person who saw and or heard from Deundray was 31-year-old Julian Morris. We have shared a picture of him on our Facebook, Instagram, and X pages. If you see him or know of his whereabouts, please call 911 or contact Crime Stoppers immediately. If you have any additional information in this investigation, please contact us directly at 205-254-1764, or if you wish to remain anonymous and receive a cash reward for your tip, please reach out to Crime Stoppers by dialing 205-254-7777. The Birmingham Police Department will provide additional updates as they become available.
Julian, where are you?
Deundray Cottrell's family wants answers as police continue to search for Julian Morris. He was named a person of interest after Cottrell was found dead 2 days after he was reported missing. The two were visiting from Georgia and said to be in a relationship. ABC 3340's Valerie Bell is on this story. And Valerie, what have you learned?
Muriel, Deundray Cottrell is a Birmingham native. Last week, he was in town visiting his family for the 4th of July holiday. I spoke with his brother, who says they want justice. Birmingham police want to find Morris so they can ask him some questions.
I don't want nobody to feel how we feel, and the confusion and the worry and just trying to accept it.
Deundray Cottrell's visit back to Birmingham ended in a way no one expected.
I get a call from my sister. Hey, pull up. Bubba went missing. That's what we call him.
He was visiting his sister's new home for the first time. Family says he stepped outside to check on his dog, who's afraid of fireworks, but never came back in.
We searched for him that night. We searched for him the following day. We were able to find a clothing item of his in South East Lake.
We probably hit every spot in East Lake, went almost down every alley, had people going in bushes and, you know, just abandoned houses, just trying to figure out where.
Evident by the amount of flyers hung to utility poles with his photo in hopes of finding him.
It showed that my brother was impactful wherever he went. Wherever he was, he touched people, touched them enough to just be a helping hand in his last hours.
On Saturday, police located Cottrell's body in a shed behind an abandoned house.
We consistently went past that shed over and over and numerous of times, just retracing his steps from what we've seen in the evidence that we had found by ourselves. But the thought was never, he's in this shed.
The coroner ruled the death a homicide.
He's so sweet. Like, how? How could he put you in that much of rage for you to even do that?
Now there's a search for Julian Morris.
He was the last one to be with my brother while he was alive. The last one, and now he's nowhere to be found.
Birmingham police named Morris a person of interest.
We need to speak to him because he may hold crucial information in this investigation.
Is it possible that he is in any danger at this moment as well?
It is possible that he's in danger.
And is it possible that he might be a suspect in this case?
Correct. And that is why it's important that he comes forward.
It's believed Morris may have the answer to the questions left unanswered.
I just once again want to appreciate everybody that truly cared for my brother in his return, sent beautiful messages, responded with positivity, and we're not focused on the people that's making up their own narratives on what their story may be. We just focus on bringing this thing here to justice and finding Julian.
Now, anyone who knows where Morris may be or has any information about this case should contact police. You can remain anonymous by calling Crime Stoppers.
What really led to the death of Deundray seems to be a mystery. There had been fingers pointed back and forth. It's still not sure what really happened between them. Some people suggested online that this could be a crime of passion because they were still in a Trouple relationship. This person said, Dre and Julian turned into primary partners, as in main lovers. Derek turned into the third person in the poly/Trouple relationship. Julian and Dre split up with Derek, but they all lived together up until a week ago. The whole situation seems like it turned into a badly domestic violence situation, unfortunately. Someone else supported what the last person said, which reads, "It's not my place to speak on certain details, but so many rumors are going around." Deundray and Derek were in a relationship for years. I was told Derek split from them because of their use of hard drugs. That's all I will say. But I got my information from a close source to both of them. As at the time of making this video, Julian is still not yet found by the cops. They still trying to find him so he can explain the mystery that happened in that house on July 4th. We from Twisted Crimes do hope the cops can get to the root of this death. Some people don't really like the type of life Deundray lived, but nobody is supposed to die just like that. Despite what people think about him, his families would still like to know what really happened to him. What could have happened? What can it be? People need to know. Hopefully someone who knows what happened steps up to shed more light. Our sincere condolences to the families of Deundray. We hope he gets the justice he deserves in this mysterious death. May his soul continue to rest in peace. Please stay safe out there and see you guys in the next video.